Very dangerous. I think a big mistake for us is just looking at the record. Looking at standings, look at anything regarding playoffs. For us, I think we're going into the game with the mindset of Union RPI. And it's a weekend for us that we've got to come and earn everything, as we always talk to our group about. And I think we had a great mentality going into Friday night against a similar type of opponent in our league against Brown. And we talked about just enjoying that process of earning everything, and I think that's going to be our mindset going into Friday.
How important is it, because this is an RPI team that's really struggled to score goals this year, but how important is it to jump on them early and maybe take some life out of them?
It really important. Friday being a home game for us too. I mean, certainly we want to make sure that we set the tone for the weekend and have a great start to the weekend. I think scoring first is always really important for our group. I think we're a much better team when we do that. We definitely want to make sure that we set the tone, score, continue to press, be aggressive, and play the way that we want to play, because I think that's going to be really important for the whole weekend.
What would you be looking for when you have a game like this where points don't really matter?
I mean, certainly the rivalry is always there, right? The kids are going to be motivated by playing RPI. We've got 2 back-to-back games against the same opponent, 1 game in a big venue, 1 game at home here, right? So a lot to be excited for. I think, again, we're just sharing with our kids. We're throwing standings, all that stuff out the window. It's just we want to make sure that we are ready to earn everything that we get. And I think that's all that we can illustrate to our group. I think, our kids are motivated by the fact that we've lost the last 3 games against these guys, including 2 Mayor's Cups, right? And I think when you look at our roster, our seniors, all of our players are motivated to try and get an opportunity to bring home some hardware, bring home some points. They want to be a playoff competitor, and just continue to earn everything that we get. So I think they're very, very motivated by that.
What would it mean to finally win a Mayor's Cup?
Yeah, I think it's exciting for our group, right? I think just to bring home a trophy, I think is special for our group. I think that would be a huge rallying cry in for these last couple weeks of the season. Obviously, 2 more points, right? That means 2 more points for our league, and the league points on the line for our game is massive. So for our group, I think that would just continue to galvanize us as a group, and really help propel us for the next couple games of the season.
What is this game do for women's hockey? You're on the biggest stage that you can be on, playing downtown.
Yeah.
What do you think it can do for the sport in general in this area?
Yeah, I think women's hockey, I think is getting bigger and bigger. I think the grassroots level is getting bigger. The exposure is getting bigger. The volume of more talented players every year that we go out recruiting is getting bigger and bigger, right? And I think this game presents a platform for us to be kind of role models for those people. For us to have an opportunity to showcase our team and RPI to showcase their team in front of young women, men, doesn't really matter. Old, young fans, it doesn't really matter. I think we're looking at it as an opportunity to make sure that people enjoy the product, enjoy being around our athletes if they come in contact with them, and really just promote our game. And I think the women's game is really special in the sense that it's very skill based. There's not no hitting, and I think the girls are really enjoying having a platform to be able to showcase themselves on a big stage. And something I was asked before was again that question, kind of what does this opportunity mean? And you look at the attendance from the last couple of years, I think it's been roughly close to about 2,000 fans. And I think last year's was a little bit skewed because it was a weekday game. And, to me, that's, 2,000 plus more people that get to see our product and really appreciate women's hockey and Union or RPI for what they are.
When that puck drops, what will it take?
I think we're going to have to come in there, I think, on Friday and just make sure that our emotions aren't too high. We want to play with a lot of emotion, but not to be too emotional. I think that's going to be a big part. And then I think Saturday, playing in a big venue, when you ask people in our locker room, have they played in a big venue before? And I think for some of them, it might be the first time. And I think that's an important piece for them to kind of get those jitters out of playing on a big stage, be a little bit bigger of a fan base, a little bit bigger of a crowd. So for us, again, it's going to entitle, we've got to make sure that we outwork them. We got to make sure that we put pucks behind them. When we've played them in the past, we've played a little bit more passive defensively. We've changed that. We want to be a little bit more aggressive. We want to be really good on entries. We want to be really active offensively, get all 5 of our players active in the offensive zone. And, another area that we want to be really good is in our face-off circle. We think that, we're a pretty good face-off team. If we can gain possession in those opportunities, hopefully it'll create some offensive chances for us and continue to allow us to break pucks out like we've been doing.
You just answered this a little bit already, but when you bring up the emotion factor in a big, fierce rivalry game like this, will you specifically address that with the team and remind them that, yeah, we want you to play with fire, but there's a line that can get crossed where suddenly you're not necessarily helping the team?
Yeah, I think we've addressed it. I think our captains have talked to the team about it. I think it's just, more for us just kind of keeping ourselves composed. I think it's more about our staff keeping ourselves composed, how we handle any adversity during the course of the game or the course of the weekend. I think when everybody's pretty level-headed, they're enjoying themselves, having fun, we're a pretty good hockey team. I think when we get a little bit emotional, we start to take penalties, it gets a little bit more chaotic. And I think for us, it's just trying to remain composed throughout the entire weekend and just handle it, one shift at a time for us.
Some thoughts on this rivalry with RPI? You haven't seen them yet this year. It's a little different situation than the men face. What do you know about them? You can see their record. You have to be careful not to say to you guys thinking they haven't won yet this year, so it's going to be a push.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I think everyone in our league is someone to consider like a good team. It's going to be super competitive. It's always a dogfight against those guys. Both teams get super excited for the rivalry weekend, so can't take anybody lightly. They're a good team, even if their record doesn't really reflect that right now. So just going to go in, stick to our systems, work super hard, and hopefully we'll like the result if we do that.
What's it like playing them?
It's really exciting. 'Cause everyone gets like extra hyped up for it because like Union RPI, like it's a big deal to beat them. So I think it's just we got to treat it like any other game, but at the same time you get like super pumped for it.
What are you seeing from them that would make this weekend a little challenging for you guys?
I think they're just gritty and hardworking, and that can probably catch a team by surprise. So just really important to outwork them and outcompete them.
It's also a team that's really struggled to score goals. I think they've shut out at least 8 times this year. So, how is it important to not take this team lightly this weekend?
Something we learned last weekend is that we just need to have a super rock solid D zone. So hopefully we can keep that streak going with not letting up too many goals. But I just say focus on us and not really worry about what they're going to do.
To bring that trophy home or whatever.
It would be awesome. It's something we haven't been able to do thus far. So I think it would mean a lot, especially to us seniors, to be able to bring home some hardware and earn that. It'd be cool for us.
Besides the opponent, how cool is it just to play in that building?
Yeah, it is. It is really cool.
From what you're used to.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool and it tends to draw some more fans than we're used to. So it's a cool atmosphere for us and a little different. So.
As a player, do you have to adjust to anything like the lighting or the ice or just the dimensions and the size of the place?
It's a bigger space and a little brighter, but we can't let things like that distract us. We kind of just have to treat it like a normal game.